most of the doctors of the church were theologians who wrote, a plethora of dissertations and commentaries and, on just amazing theological work. And here's this 20-something-year-old girl who probably didn't even have much of an education being named doctor of the church. Help us with that.
Sure. So I think someone told me recently that the first woman doctor of the church was Saint Therese of Avila. So, and there's only like four?
Catherine of Siena,
ladies,
Therese of Avila, Therese of Lisieux, and then now there's Julian Pope Francis made one, the more modern. I forget. She's not modern, but she was made a doctor of the church just in the last few years.
Okay. So my thought is this: a doctor of the church that decrees that everything they wrote is for everyone to read, every single thing. And so a doctor of the church, in divine providence, my take is this, is that God wants us to pay attention to her. And this is how the church stresses paying attention to these people. And there's something that she's writing about her life about that is very important for the church, because the church is going through her struggles right now, and we need her for this type of struggle because it fits, because I think there's such a pride going on in the world with the people in it that we need to get back to being humble and a little way and letting God fight the battles for us. That's just my thought of why she's been named a doctor of the church.
I think also, Father, that, when John Paul II named her a doctor of the church, he's looking at, okay, has she added something new to the canon of intellectual and spiritual traditions of the church? And I think the little way, like, she articulates it so well in the book that he sees that almost as like almost a different type of spirituality. I mean, it has to be present in all spiritualities, but she's kind of put that out there as its own form of spirituality. And I think he sees, John Paul II saw her as adding to the not adding to the doctrines of the church, but expressing the doctrines of the church in a way that really hadn't been done before, at least to this extent. So I think that's kind of what he was aiming for. But I mean, to be honest, and maybe we'll talk about it more later, it's a challenge for a pseudo-intellect like myself, because when I think of a doctor of the church, I think of Jerome, Chrysostom, Augustine, Aquinas, and Alphonsus Liguori.
I was just thinking of him.
Liguori, St. Francis de Sales. And then her, and now, I mean, it's odd. Now, I mean, Catherine of Siena, I mean, that's odd too, but like her dialogues were so deeply rich in mystical experiences, and Theresa of Avila wrote not a lot of works, but more. So, and they were, Theresa of Avila was out there in the world founding a lot of convents and just more active. But this person who is so withdrawn from the world, who wrote so little, becoming a doctor, I think that people struggle with that. I know I do.
Hey, thanks guys for checking out the Conor Gallagher Show. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, or comment, or whatever you got to do to support it. And I appreciate that very much.